See, that was a really good clap.
You don't have to sound patronizing. In fact, I would prefer you didn't. It's been a while. My claps are crisp.
Look, I have to start making you feel self-conscious about your claps. It's just like the stupidest thing I could do.
That's rude. It's not as if I don't already have people making me feel self-conscious in school. Like my teachers.
See, but I'd feel bad. That's less stupid to make fun of you about.
I don't know, man. I feel like I opened myself up to being made fun of for school. You know? Like, I went for an anthropology degree.
Look, you...
Cue the laugh track.
You laugh at that enough for the both of us.
Me and all my friends and everyone I know and all the people who are in my degree with me.
But, like, I'll eat a shoe if you're in therapy over how bad your claps can be. He called my claps shitty.
Mm-hmm. He did. I try so hard. It just upsets me.
We're doing Kiyohime. Oh yeah, rejoice everyone, we're back with another Sekhie Rex to Fate. It's been a long time, can you tell? I forgot my intro.
I was half wondering if you would remember and do it at all, you know?
We're doing Kiyohime today.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, we're doing Kiyohime, a character that I have had for a very long time in campaign.
You've been requesting we do her for a little bit.
Well, because I've had her in campaign, and I like, she's really cool, and my character is kind of uniquely suited to exploit her in our D&D campaign, in a way that Vorn just can't. He just can't. His character's too stupid. And by that I mean intelligence and wisdom scores are too low.
You just have some good boosts, not to your charisma, but to, like, your persuasion skills.
Yeah, which is, you know, is all I need. So, Kiyohime is a character that I have wanted to do because I was like, hey, Kiyohime and Fate, dragons. I know dragons are involved, and I love me some dragons. You guys know I love dragons. I have so many dragon figures, all the ones that you cannot see as well as the ones that you might be able to see. And a bunch more that no one can see because they're hidden out of sight, but they're there. I have so many dragons.
So I never know, because this one's an older folktale. I don't know if you had the chance to read the full folktale or not.
I read a copy online.
That's
I
fair.
don't have a copy of it in paper.
I didn't think so. It seemed more like one of those kind of folktales you find, like, bunched together, and, like if you were to get it in writing, it'd be like in a writing of old Japanese folktales, like...
Well, and I have a few of those.
Yeah.
Like, hanging around. I do have a few compilations of Japanese folktales. It's just this story wasn't in any of them when I checked. And I haven't... I'm kind of trying to get back into a little bit more reading for fun, so I haven't been buying a whole lot of new source books recently. I'm kind of trying to find what I need for the podcast or, like, even school online.
Okay, you say that, but I've been in the bookstore with you as you were buying source books. You were not buying those for school or podcast. You were buying those because you thought they looked cool and you wanted to read them.
We don't
podcast in school might have, like, moved that into a more
details.
professional realm or a more work realm.
We
but,
don't
like,
have to get into the details.
No. The world needs to know how much of a history-obsessed bitch you are.
We don't need to get into the details. Fun fact, I've got a presentation coming up on Vespasian and Titus in one of my classes, which sucks that they're not emperors because this would be a perfect time to do them. Or
Like,
sucks
I don't
that they're
know who
fake
either of
characters.
them are. I heard Titus, and the first thing that went through my head was the fucking Final Fantasy character.
Oh, no. So you know in Roman history there's the Year of the Four Emperors?
Yes.
Vespasian is the last ruler in the Year of the Four Emperors. He reigns for a little while, and then his son Titus takes over. Titus' successor is Domitian, who we've talked about on the channel before, because Domitian is 666, Draco. We talked about this with the Beast of the Bible.
Ah.
Yeah. So also Titus is the emperor who reigned when the Vesuvius Fun Run happened, 79 AD. He's also the emperor that finished the Colosseum
A lot of
in
hot
Rome.
people on that fun run.
Yeah, a lot of hot people. But yeah, so, but because I have that, and my friends were like, we have to have like 6 outside sources, and I was like, well, I do just so happen to have so many Roman source books, primary sources, stacked up on my shelves. We do not need to go looking into outside sources. I have them. It's not I have a few. No, I have them. But we're not here to talk about Vespasian and Titus today. We're here to talk about Kiyohime. And I will not let this slander stand. I buy books for purpose.
Are you kidding me? You've had books that the class asked of you just already on your shelf because you bought it for yourself.
Have you seen how many copies I have of the Aeneid?
Yes!
How many?
I don't know off the top of my head, but more than most people.
Anyway, so Kiyohime is a character from Japanese folklore, you may have guessed. So she's from a very specific story called Anshin and Kiyohime, which is actually about her and a Buddhist monk named Anshin, right? So, Jesus. I swallowed something wrong earlier today, like a taquito, and it is not sitting. It is not sitting right. It's also called the Hidaka River legend, or Hidakagawa legend, which is kind of like the Japanese name for it. And there are a bunch of theatrical versions of this. I did find that online. I didn't read any of the theatrical versions in their entirety because some of them were really long, but I did read over the folktale versions. So essentially, this is part of the. This is a story that takes place in the Wakayama Prefecture in modern day in Japan. A priest named Anshin, who had come from the Shirakawa Prefecture near Fukushima, took a pilgrimage to a shrine called the Kumano Shrine, which was in the home of a Shoen manor steward named Masago. And this manor official had a daughter named Kiyohime, and Kiyohime fell in love with the monk Anshin when he arrived there. But in order to avoid her, he lies to her, telling her that he is going to return, and continues his journey on. She is absolutely incensed by being lied to like this, and so she pursues him in a blind rage, and at the edge of the Hidaka River, he asks a ferryman to help him cross the river, but he told the ferryman to not let Kiyohime pass in the boat. However, Kiyohime saw Anshin escaping her, and so she jumped into the river and started swimming after him. And while swimming here, she transforms into a serpent, or like a sea dragon, on account of her rage. And, he looked behind him and saw a giant serpent swimming after him and was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. And so he hightailed it all the way to a temple called Dojoji, where he asked the priests there who lived there for help. They hid him under the bell of the temple, the Bonsho bell. But unfortunately, Kiyohime smelled him inside of the bell and started to coil around it, banging it loudly several times with her tail, and then breathing fire so hot on it that it melted the bell and killed him immediately.
It's a freaking horror story right there.
No, it's absolutely fucking horrifying. So there are some variant versions of the tale, that this is one version of it, but there is another version where he falls in love with her and then falls out of love with her and runs away. And then, although the Hidaka River is generally the one attributed to this tale in the province, there are some versions that cite different rivers. As you will find in most folklore around the world, there are often multiple locations associated with a story. And we've talked about this before with the Demons of Mount Oe, where there were certain places where sometimes a place was not certain. There were like two possible places it could be. That sort of thing. It happens with folklore.
So the lesson here is don't play with a woman's heart.
So this folktale is actually pretty old. What I found was that this appeared twice. This originally appeared twice. One in 1040 in the Daini Honkoku Hokekyo Kenki, and then in 1120 in the Konjaku Monogatari-shu, right, which are the two oldest attributes of this legend. However, it is also written down in Chinese, and one version of it calls it the story of how a monk of the Dojoji in the province of Ki copied the Lotus Sutra and brought salvation to serpents. And that was one of the ones that was written into Chinese and then later translated into Japanese. So, but it's an older version because of that. And in this version, it's an unnamed widow desiring the attention of a monk who's going on a pilgrimage route to the Ki Peninsula. And so he chose a different route on the return journey in order to avoid her. And so she died in grief when she found out, and then a serpent emerged from her bedchamber and pursued him, killing him in the bell in the temple where he had hidden. But this version has an epilogue at the end that says, in a dream, of a senior priest at this temple. Years later, the monk appeared and told this senior priest to copy the Lotus Sutra, release him and the servant from their suffering in their rebirths, and then they were reborn in separate heavens and released from the torment of being reborn with one another. Largely, the name Kiyohime was not originally associated with this story. I think Anshin is actually named earlier in a version from 1332, but Kiyohime's name is likely derived from the name of the father or father-in-law, and doesn't appear until the 19th century in a ballad drama that was called Dojoji Genzai Uroko, or The Snake Scales of Dojoji, a modern version first performed in 1742. And then some later versions also don't even use the names Anshin and Kiyohime. So Kiyohime is a much later kind of attributed name to the story when it comes to naming the woman. Which is, I mean, not entirely unheard of. Often folktales don't necessarily... You see a lot of folktales where they'll just call a person by their occupation, right? Like the woodcutter or the baker or the witch in the forest without giving them a name.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there are some early like picture scrolls of this that are still extant from, let's say, 15th century, maybe a little bit after, which is pretty impressive. They look really beautiful. And it generally, in terms of its relation to kind of the culture of Japan, is that it actually becomes the basis of a set of plays called the Dojoji Mono, which depict events years after the temple bell was destroyed, including a no play called Dojoji and a kabuki dance drama called Musume Dojoji. So it is kind of the basis of a larger sort of theatrical tradition in Japan, which is pretty interesting. I thought it was interesting to take a look at some of the other appearances of Kiyohime in anime, because this is not the only place Kiyohime appears in anime. In fact, she is in the Megami Tensei video game series as a demon.
Well, so is like 90% of the people we covered in Fate. I could show you
I
Ku
know.
Colin from the Megami Tensei series.
I know. In the mobile game on Myoji, which I play, she's represented there. And she's actually... There's a filler character named Princess Snake in Dragon Ball Z that falls in love with Goku while he's traveling, and then when he rejects her, she transforms into a giant fire-breathing snake and tries to eat him.
But does she win?
No, it's Goku. No, nobody beats Goku. Knick-knack, you know better than to ask that question. Nobody beats Goku. So I am expecting a cute or beautiful Japanese girl or woman that transforms into a beautiful dragon. I know that one of her classes is Berserker, I think.
Yes. You've used her in Orleans, and then you spoiled her before.
Yeah.
Okay, so, yeah.
But I don't know if the Berserker one is the first one we're going over or not, because I know Orleans is pretty early.
It absolutely is.
Okay.
Kiyohime Berserker is amongst the earliest servants in FGO from the launch. So you can go ahead and flip in whenever you're ready. If you want to scroll through here, we'll go ahead.
I just thought I'd show off these painted scrolls that are extant of the story, because they're really pretty. You can see the bell and the dragon and the woman. I think they're pretty. Anyways, okay.
Oop, we're scrolled down. You can scroll up. My bad.
Oh, cute girl. Oh, what the fuck? My thing was not working for a second. Likes honesty, dislikes lies. Ah, yes, I can see her designs. It's been so long.
No, I don't. I forgot Rejoice, everyone. So
I'm loving this. I don't know if you can tell that this is like, kind of like, her hair is like a mint color, almost like a minty green.
It just looks white to me, actually.
Okay, so her hair is actually minty green with gold accents, and then her dress is like a really pretty sort of like tealish blue color that I really like.
It looks purple.
It is tealish blue. It is like a blue that is starting to go towards green. Yeah, it is not purple. It is not white and purple. This is mint green and like a teal blue.
Yeah, I actually can't tell. Those look very different to me.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, we're going to add the white covering. Oh, black and white now. See, now her hair is white.
So this is just the angle I'm at, but the black looks red, but I think that's entirely the angle I'm at. And I know it's black because I've seen this one before.
Yeah, there is also some red, though, like in flecks on her dress.
And that might be why I'm like at the angle, so.
Okay. Oh, Sekhie. Oh, I love her so much. Look at this with the tail. This is it. This is peak. Okay. All right.
So Kiyohime here is dangerous, in no small part because she believes her master is the reincarnation of Anshin. What that means, practically speaking, is you should not lie to her.
Uh-huh.
You can tell her no, but under no circumstance should you lie to her. Lock her from your room. She might cry, she might push, she might try to sneak in, but under no circumstances should her master lie to her.
I've never lied to her.
You have not. If you lie to her, she very well will come after her master, and if the lie is hurtful enough, kill them.
Oh, so she's one of those servants. She's like Gil.
You can lose control of her pretty easily.
Which is why we do not give her to Vorn.
Yes!
Yeah.
But otherwise, she's kind of a sweetheart. Now, like, you almost, at least I personally get the feeling that she doesn't really understand much of what she's talking about. It's like,
she's trying her best.
yeah.
She's trying her best. All right, I've got relationships. It seems another Mia's here. In that case, I can love you twice as much. What? Also, twice as many problems? I know it's true, so I have nothing to say. Alright, so this is to Hassan of Serenity and Minamoto no Raiko. The lava swim team. Strange. I didn't know people were calling us that. I have not the slightest idea why. But if it's for my master, even lava will be like cool water to me. Don't you all agree?
So I probably should explain that.
Yeah? Did
So,
they take a bath in the lava?
During one of the Halloween events, the master and the Liz and their entire entourage are traveling through the Liz's land near Castle Shazette, trying to reach Castle Shazette. And they're in this, like, volcanic area. And they come across Hasana Serenity, who's in love with the master, because the master's one of the only people that can touch her.
Yep.
Minamoto no Raiko.
Who's got a thing with the master. Yep.
And Kiyohime.
Who's got a thing with the master.
They try to outrun them. They even manage to get an entire pool of lava between them and the servants. The servants just dive and start swimming through the lava at the master.
I love that. All right. Oh, it's you, Elizabeth, the squirmy planarian dragon. Wrong? You won't regenerate even if I chop you up? How puzzling. You're the dancer. That's not a swimsuit? You're always going around like that? It was Matahari. Master. You managed to sleep without anything strange happening to you. It appears you sometimes drift into a world when you go to sleep, and so a proper servant would watch you at all times. Now then, let's play a round of rock, paper, scissors to determine who's going to be the sleep watcher for the night. Fran wants to join. Ugh, there's more competition now. E-Pal. I often suggest her to meet online, but for some reason she has something to do and it doesn't go well. For both, the advice that often consult each other about were off the mark. That was Tamamo no Mai. Oh, Tamamo. What is that shameless body? Master, you can't look. Okay. A little underwhelming, I'm going to be honest. It doesn't really tell me a whole ton about her. Like, some of the servants, it's very obvious to see their personalities from their lines with other characters. And maybe I'm just not reading them right because I don't have all the context, but there's not a huge amount there in terms of, like, relating back to her personality. Just in my opinion.
Her personality is just obsessive in love with the master. That's kind of
I know, I'm just saying.
In.
Aww. Cute. Alright. Abilities. So
Kiyohime primarily fights with fire. She breathes fire, rides on fire, lights herself on fire. It's all fire. She really is borrowing the power of the dragon she becomes for most of her attacks in her base form. She can also become extra powerful should her master agree to marry her and seal the deal with a kiss. At that point, though it's a promise that must be kept at threat of death, then she's just extremely powerful at that point. As a fun and absolute air quotes aside, She apparently is impossible to lie to. She's practically a walking lie detector, and if you lie to her, she will know.
I have yet to test that.
Yes, you have yet to test that.
So I see Madness Enhancement for Berserker, Shapeshift, Fire Dragon, which I've used in campaign, Stalking, that's fun, Flame Colored Kiss, yep, Super Kiyohime-chan, and her Noble Phantasm is Samadhi through Transforming Flames.
So this is where Kiyohime turns herself into the dragon that
dragon.
killed Anshin.
Yeah.
In this form, she is notably very, very powerful and near unstoppable. Obviously, her primary means of attacking are through constricting and burning her opponent. That said, we're not going to get a really good look at what that dragon looks like, unfortunately. It's not entirely clear, and we've only, like, as far as extended looks at it, like, without being ablaze, that's only ever really happened during an event once where she consumed a bunch of servants.
Interesting.
But it was all off-screen because visual novel.
Of course. All right. So...
This is one of the early servants I did pull from the...
That's fine. I can tell it's an early servant.
Oh no, there's an animation update after.
I know. Oh yay, big flame Tessin. We love us a flame Tessin. Okay. Oh, that's skill line. Alright. NP.
There could be some fun skill animations.
And I watched a bunch of them. I mean, unless you have something to tell me.
No.
Oh, you're right. We really don't get a good look. That's kind of...
It's like so on fire that you don't...
Yeah, I mean, I could see its face and its teeth and its head, but it was a little hard to see. Okay. What the That's just a butt.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Okay. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's from Free, but...
We do have an arcade, though. So... Oh, did I pull up the arcade?
Is it here?
Yeah, I mixed it up with the next tab.
Okay. Alright. Just in case.
Good call. That would have been much louder.
Yeah. I sometimes I'm on point with it. Absence makes me remember, apparently. Since last video we could not remember, and I kept blasting it. I don't think I mentioned it, but I like her little horns. They're cute. She just seems like a nice girl. Yeah.
I mean, discounting the you lie to her, you die bit.
Of course.
She's sweet.
That's totally normal. Lie to me and you die. I get it. I get it.
It's weird. The actual description discusses her becoming the dragon, but it mostly looks like she's just drawing its power.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
So, this form is not a playable form, technically, but the next form we're going over here is Matsudaira no Kiyohime.
Like Matsudaira no Kagekyo?
More like Matsudaira Nobutsuna or Izu no Kami, who was a big Japanese shogun, I believe. So, if you want...
Oh.
This isn't a full new form as much as a funny aside. We at one point see a variation of Kiyohime that is the daughter of Matsudaira Nobutsuna or Izumo no Okami.
Okay.
This was an alternative timeline where Japan's capital was the Shimosa province instead of its historical location in Edo.
Okay.
It's unknown if there is any implication at all as to what time period Fate thinks Anshin and Kiyohime took place in, but she has a slightly different design and still fights with fire. But now it's stated that she pulls this off with special flammable water, aka she's throwing oil at her enemies and lighting them up.
I love that. Also, clear your throat. Better?
Yep.
Okay. You want me to close this?
Yeah, you can close it.
Okay. Oh, we have another Kyo?
Yep, so this is Kiyohime Lancer, the summer form.
Oh, we do love a good summer form. I like how the color palette has changed from like teal and teal and mint. Now we've got mint, and I don't know if you can tell, but there's mostly yellow. Is the main coloring of her bikini.
I can see the yellow in there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're darkened. Okay. This is just like it's like a slightly fancied up version of like the Japanese schoolgirl swimsuit, you know?
Probably what they were going for.
Yeah. There's the flame robe. No, she's still so cute with the dragon tail, snake tail. I don't care. It's so cute.
I love that the April Fool's is the closest you get to seeing her transformed.
I know, but he's so cute.
So Kiyohime Lancer is one of the original summer servants in FGO. So made by Sekhie using runes, and there's not much special to say about her. It's Kiyohime during summer.
Well, she likes ringing bells, and she dislikes when those with an honest heart approach Ritsuka.
Yes.
Yeah, I have magic resistance, madness enhancement. She's a Lancer.
She primarily fights the Naginata and martial arts attacks, which she supposedly knew from life. This is actually partially backed up by the Matsudaira form, because that Matsudaira form also could fight the Naginata and martial arts.
Okay. So I see Hot Summer of Passion.
You'll also notice she still has madness enhancement despite being a Lancer.
I did see that.
And it's still
I
high.
did see the flavor text. Huh? No matter if I'm a Lancer or Berserker, I'm still absolutely choosing to yearn only for Master wholeheartedly, so I don't really happen to know anything about the likes of madness enhancement, she says.
She's still crazy.
Yeah. Bath Flip. Alright. Okay. Pursuer of Love, a powered-up version of the Stalking skill. I love that. And then her new phantasm is Dojoji Bell Form 108, Fire Dragon Mowdown.
Yeah, so this is the bell that she trapped Anshin in, and before she traps the enemy in it now and lights herself on fire along with the bell, and also skewers the target in that bell with a billion Naginatas.
So it's a suicide attack.
No, it's not suicide for her.
Oh,
she doesn't get skewered with the Naginatas, and fire is fine for her.
That's true. All right, she was designed by the same person who did Arash, Caligula, Hector, Lancer Medusa, Sitanai, Rob, Wag, Winky, and Locusta. Interesting. So I've seen some of those characters.
I think you've seen most of them.
I haven't seen Arash. I haven't seen Rob, Wag, Winky.
Well, you're not really going to see Rob, Wag, and Winky.
Yeah.
They're just three fairies from Avalon Lefay.
Yeah. All right. So you have an NP for me. Hang on. Let's see if I can. No, I thought maybe... Yes! It's a higher quality version. There we go. I actually see what's happening now instead of pixels. So,
can you tell that Kiyohime has had an animation update since the Lancer form was released, but not the Lancer form?
yeah.
You gotta tell with all their animations, they're a little stiffer.
Yeah. Ah, damn. The curse of the higher pixel count.
Higher buffering times.
Yep. Alright, NP. I do kind of miss the mint hair in her third ascension. Oh, there's the bell. And it looks just like the pictures. It's kind of like an on-fire version of that magician's trick.
Well, see, but the thing about the magician's trick is it's a trick.
Yeah, this is
the person inside gets out.
This is not a trick. All right, so art. Oh, look at her baseball form. She's sliding into base on her tail. That's gonna leave some nasty scale rash.
You never know how thick those scales are.
That just sounds painful. I love the sensor bar over her eyes. That's funny. Okay. Alright. I do want to see the full version of this, so... Oh, that's pretty. Also, I think that means she doesn't share her. At least it doesn't look like it. We'll see.
Feet.
She has a lot.
Yep, she's one of the older servants, so...
That's why I figured.
It also means she gets put into a lot of events because it's an old servant, low rarity.
Well, that's good. All right. Kiyohime in ribbons. Ooh, pink-coated. Valentine's chocolate. Please go ahead and enjoy this present. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay. Embrace of the scorching heat. There's a little dragon on top of it. Oh, I love you, I love you, I love you. I loved you from the bottom of my heart. If this feeling of mine is not real, then nothing else in this world is real. That's why I burned them with love and sorrow. I just burned them. Okay. A verse of burning love story. Here is the Hidaka River in Kinokuni. Is the loving girl a golden yaksha, or a cunning serpent with passion? Fanning the flames of love, she chases after her lover to the bitter end. With the dragon surrounding her over here. The faithful dog who waits. I hate that on a lot of levels. You know? Like, I just don't like that. To protect our master, to assist our master, to give our all for our master. Shield bearers and headhunting warriors are no match for us. This is how we show our devotion. Does love weigh you down? Oh my, what a delightfully innocent way to hide your embarrassment. But don't you worry, I can tell exactly what's going on in my dear master's heart. This makes me uncomfortable. In ways I can't put into words. Heroic spirit formal dress. Oh, I like her formal dress outfit. That's in purple. Second anniversary. Huh?
Looks like a lot of blacks for me.
Nope, all purple.
I see the
shades of purple.
Just to, like, some of the darker purples look black.
Well, yeah. Although its scent still lingered. Fucking hell.
This one's gonna be the end of you.
I think. I mean, like, I think she's maybe right here in this card, but I could be wrong. So, let me know in the comments, people, if you know. Oh, another heroic spirit travel outfit for the 3rd anniversary. She has a rubber ducky.
Rubber ducky, you're the one.
We can't summon. Okay. Oh boy.
Oh, that's an entire
no,
novel.
No. We read this. We read this when we did Minamoto no Reiko.
You're right.
This is that novel. So she's... Oh. It's gotta be this one. Right? First heroine is able to communicate with spirits and knew the main character long before the main character knew her. When they are reunited, it appears he forgot the important promise made with the heroine. That's gotta be it. Because... Oh, no.
No, it's the stalker.
It's the 3rd one. It's the stalker. Huh. Okay, well, the 2nd one I know is Minamoto no Reiko. So the 1st one is her. And I don't know... Is that Nero?
I think it's a Resh.
Ah, it is. It is, in fact, a Resh. Okay. Travel journal. Oh, it's voiced. Wanna play hide and seek again, my master? It is in Dojoji, Wakayama.
I don't think you want to play hide and seek with her.
I don't want to. Hell's Kitchen. Oh yeah, that's her right in the front on the left. And Tamamo Cat above her, and Benihime in the back. And I don't know who's in the tracksuit. But they have bats.
You'll meet her eventually.
Think like a fish swimming in the sea or a bird flying through the sky. To understand ingredients, you must first learn to think like the prey that is about to be part of your dish. If you are to learn to take a life, you must first be willing to risk yours, at least for this cooking class. I think we read that when we did Benny Enma, because it sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jurassic Dream. Now I know who the 2nd servant is. Because that's Ellie.
Yep.
Yeah, Jurassic Dream. I love that. That's cute. Winter Party. Oh, right in the middle, underneath the shoe. Right there. Okay, that was not hard to find. But that is not her CE primarily, so I will click out of it.
Lancer.
Oh!
That is freshly used.
Ah, you know what this reminds me of? Clean Freak Aoyama-kun.
Best roll?
Yeah. Yeah, really. Oh, God. That was grim. God, good lord. All right. She only has 4. Oh, same one. All right. Beach love letter, terror. Oh my God, it's carved into the sand of the beach. Do you see that? It's the same thing carved over and over again. Oh, master, you're asking me what these letters in the sand are? Of course, it's a beach love letter. Now I've used the whole beach to express my love. I got a little tired by the last half, so there are some weird letters mixed here and there. But that's nothing in the face of my love, right, master? Now take a look. Look! Look! Have you gazed upon it to your heart's content? Then you should know what the answer is. So let's say it at the same time. 3, 2, 1. Love, I, you. The order is wrong. Terrifying. Just some ordinary chocolates. What the fuck is pouring out of that pink bottle behind those chocolates? Chocolates from Kiyohime. Sigh. I cannot tell a lie, nor would I want to. Thus I shall confess honestly that I am using an elixir of love. I know Master would not want to drink it, but I must do what I must do. I will sneak in during the night and pry open Master's mouth to slowly feed them my chocolates. I can do this. My plan is perfect, Master. Just you wait, okay? As a footnote, drinking the provided antidote made all of her planning go up in smoke. How sad. Thank God there's a provided antidote. That is horrifying. Towards the Pacific Belt. Oh, it's there. There she is.
She has a tail.
Yeah, she's got her little tail out. Adorable.
That's actually... Oh, no, that's Ellie's horn you were on.
Yeah, no, here.
I thought that was it behind her.
No, see, there's the tail.
Oh, it comes back up behind her, too.
No, that's a ball that this character is throwing.
Is it a ball?
Yeah, or something that this character is throwing.
I thought her tail pokes into the water there and then pokes out the other.
No, because this is not poking out of the water. Look, you can see the after effect of her throwing.
Oh.
Yeah. No, her tail is just poking up on this side. Yeah. Nah. Come back to this. Kiyohime!
That's one of those servants that goes, oh, that's adorable too. Oh, dear God.
Yeah,
really
that specifically. I like that.
So you're getting Kiyohime's vibes here now, right?
I am getting Kiyohime's vibes. The vibe check is not passed. This version of her does not pass the vibe check.
Remember that line, lock her from your room?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking deadbolts and 14 inches of pure steel. Maybe more. I don't hate her, though. Okay. So, that's it for Kiyohime, Short Servant. We've had some short videos recently, and it's kind of interesting.
It's going to stay a little short for a little longer.
Yeah. So, our next servant returns to... is kind of a... I'd describe that without giving it away.
We brought our next servant up before in one of our longer videos, and it's one that we brought up their in air quotes backstory.
Almost exactly a year ago.
Yeah, and we brought up their backstory in a way that tricked both Sekhie and some members of the audience into thinking we've covered them already.
Yeah, which we apparently had not, which I did not realize. So, bully for me.
So yeah, we'll see you next time, guys.
Like, comment, subscribe.